Good morning, Loveland High School. Today is Wednesday, May 6th. Attention seniors, voting for senior superlatives will take place Monday, May 4th through Friday, May 8th. The link is right here for that. All graduating seniors need to look at the email that was sent out about migrating your Google data from your school email to your personal email account. Alright, so for all graduating seniors, you'll want to migrate your Google data, and you'll click on the link from that and scroll down, and it'll show you a couple steps there, but if you click the link in number 2, it'll take you right where you need to sign in with your email, and then you continue to follow those steps that they have posted there.
Did you know that sea otters hold hands when they sleep to keep from drifting apart? Think about this. When you were born, you were for a moment the youngest person on Earth. Did you know turtles can breathe through their butts? Squirrels plant thousands of new trees each year simply by forgetting where they put their acorns. Norway knighted a penguin. Did you know that the voices of Mickey and Minnie Mouse got married in real life? Asian giant hornets, aka murder hornets, with a sting that can kill a person, were found in the US.
Good morning, Loveland High School. It's me, Shelby, here with some of your announcements. Attention freshmen and sophomores and juniors, the LHS Student Council class representatives elections are open. Please vote before noon Wednesday. Links found on the Twitter and Aubrey. Medicine pickup, locker cleanout, and uniform turn-in moved to Friday, May 8th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. for all students. Thank you all for your patience with our ever-changing procedure as we follow the guidelines set forth by our government officials. No students are permitted to enter the building at this time. We will be conducting a drive-by, drop-off, and pickup zone for the following. 1. Student entrance door number 12. Students will be able to pick up their locker contents. We have worked very hard bagging up all these belongings, so please, if you think there is something left in locker, please make every attempt to come and pick it up. Anything not picked up will be thrown away or donated on May 22nd. Textbooks that are still being used may also be dropped off. Textbooks and Chromebooks, for those that are still using them, will occur once school is out. Back of the student parking lot, the athletic department will be located here collecting uniforms and handing out remaining the athletic items and spiritwear items. Athletes will be directed to place their uniforms in Mr. Knatzer's truck bed. Number 3, Rich Road entrance door number 1. The clinic will be open so that parents/guardians of all students may come and pick up their child's medication. Please note that the only thing that the nurse will be able to release to students are EpiPens and inhalers. All of their medication will only be given to a parent or guardian. Please, only enter into the high school lot at the light to ensure the best possible traffic flow. All traffic will be guided and coordinated by our staff. Please be patient and safe by practicing social distance as we are all do our best to ensure that all safety precautions are being followed. Finally, we understand the schedules may not allow some people to be here on May 8th. Friday, May 15th will be reserved for those who absolutely are not able to be here next week. Again, thank you for your continued patience. We are working hard to get information out just as soon as details are available. If there are any questions, please don't hesitate to call the school. That's all we have for you today, Loveland High School. Happy Wednesday.
Hi, I need to answer a few questions. So my favorite teacher was Mrs. Henry, and I liked her because she's the first teacher that I had that made science exciting. We would make soap, and then we would go search for rocks and classify rocks, and we did a lot in her class. It just connected everything. I didn't really decide to become a teacher. I think I just always have been. Although when you're young, some people just kind of think that you're bossy, but really it's just kind of, maybe that's a career, because when I was younger, I taught the neighborhood kids how to roller skate. And then I taught like the majority of them how to ride a bike really early. And then I would teach my pets how to do tricks. And so originally I never thought that I would end up in teaching. I actually went to optometry school first. And I just didn't love it. So, I just love teaching and seeing people progress and doing things that they couldn't. So that's how I ended up in it as a career. And then my favorite teacher memory is probably I was outside lecturing and we were taking a walk, and their group of students was far behind me. And so I fell down in a hole. So I just laid there on the ground, if you know me. I just laid on the ground, and then the students that were far behind came up behind me, and they all crouched down and got on the ground and started looking at the grass, and they're like, "What are we doing down here?" And I said, "Oh, I fell." So they just followed right along, which I found funny. Students are great, and I'm glad that they would follow me anywhere, right into a hole on the ground. So, bye.
Morning Tigers on May 6th, week 7 of quarantine. Miss you guys. But I am happy to talk about my life as a teacher with you all for just a minute. So the first question is, what made me want to become a teacher? And that comes from really just seeing my own teachers and the sense of joy and the sense of connection that so many of them had, and I really wanted to continue that with my career, and I'm so happy that I followed that guidance and made that choice. Second thing is what teachers really inspired me, and surprise, surprise, high school English teachers really made an impact on me and really let me march to my own drum and really inspired me to think critically and to want to make a difference in this world. So Miss Buell, Miss Nesbitt, Miss Hutchison, thank you so much. And the third thing is one of my favorite moments as a teacher. And every year I am just so amazed by when a class really starts to get to know each other and really starts to feel comfortable and is really willing to take risks and be creative and be brave. So my favorite moments are always reenactments of the literature that we're doing and adding in songs and artwork and acting. So have a good day. Thanks.
I wanted to be a teacher ever since I was a little girl. I used to play school at home with my stuffed animals, and I used to grade their papers, which is really interesting because I absolutely hate grading now. Who influenced me the most would be my first and second grade teacher, Mrs. Silver. Absolutely loved her. And my 8th grade Ohio history teacher, Mr. Grigsby. And for those of you that know me, know that I hate history. So for me to say I love that class, he had to be really amazing, and he was. My most memorable moment would probably be my first day of teaching. I had no experience, and I was taking roll call, and one of the students told me that he preferred to be called Satan. And I was like, oh geez, what do I do with this? And I went over to him, I stuck out my hand, shook his hand, and said, Satan, it's really nice to meet you, but when you're in this class, you can call me God. He kind of gave me a smile. We got along fine after that. Well, at least for the 2 weeks he was in school before he was expelled. But we got along fine.
Hey, Loveland High School, it's Mrs. Belknap. How are you all? Oh, I miss you. Well, I have been asked a couple questions by LHSNN, and so here are my responses. Why did I become a teacher? Well, it's mostly because my parents were teachers. And then that's the answer to the second question almost too. You know, what teachers were your biggest influence? And that would be number one, my parents. If they hadn't been passionate about their jobs, I don't know what choices I would have made. And then I have an older brother who became a high school math teacher, and so he was like my brother that I looked up to probably the most, and so I kind of followed in his footsteps. Who would have chosen me to become a high school math teacher but my high school math teachers? They kind of pushed me and let me know what I could do, which I truly appreciate. Watching the likes of Mrs. Partridge and Mr. Warden and even Mrs. Johnson. She is such an influence to me, really showing me so much, especially this past year. And then the last question was, what is my favorite memory? So I reflected for a little while, and I thought about my favorite memory that happens every year, and it's like a feeling that I get. So the first day or a couple days of school are kind of hard because we don't know each other. We're trying to figure out who are these students, and you students are trying to figure out who are these teachers. And my favorite memory, it's not like it happens on the same day every year, but it's this feeling when all of a sudden we're just comfortable with one another and we're a family in my classroom, and I get to just be me and you guys get to be you, and we're just comfortable and we're a family, and that's my favorite. And my favorite thing this year was that we didn't switch in the middle of the year and have to go through all of that again. I really enjoyed just, these are just my kids and my students, and I love them, and it's just normal. And that's my favorite thing every year. So truly, that's it every year. It makes me feel just so comfortable, and I so very, very much miss my little families. Miss you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye.